They're being quiet for one moment, so I'm gonna just say, like, real quick, yeah, I don't know what they're doing, so it's kind of on and off, so I'm just gonna have the mic muted for safety, but, yeah, I'm gonna be working on my Hell of a Time story, just trying to draw out some concept sketches to kind of map out the video, and this is, like, the shakiest setup I've had in a long time, so we'll see how well this works. I'm gonna change the light real quick, I think it's bad. Anyway. So, real quick, I want to go through your comments. It looks like, okay, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be doing the talking while they're quiet. If they start to get loud again, I'm gonna mute the mic, but until then, I might as well talk with you guys. So, let's see. Hello, Witchy Who. Hello, Sap of Trees. Hi, Katie the Wolf. Super cool that you guys can make it. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Anyway. So, I guess I'm just going to start off with a basic sketch of Roxanne, just to get my art flowing, I suppose. If you guys have any questions about the story, you can go ahead and ask them. The more questions, the better. It helps me kind of flush things out, because then I'm like forced to address things that I wouldn't normally. Oh my gosh, okay. I wish my dang camera was in a more stable place, but this is what I can do. Every time I go to scroll, it like sends it flying. Okay. Let's see. What's your favorite character to develop? Currently, um, I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with the new characters that I like haven't even really introduced. But Ransom's been super fun. I've actually had these characters for a while, but I just haven't felt like they were like ready to really be used because there was like a lot of stuff that I wasn't sure about. But I think I've kind of decided that like they're at a place where it's okay to share them. And I'm so excited because I've wanted to for a long time. Let's see, I should actually answer the question. So the answer is currently, right now, I'm having a lot of fun with both Ransom and Talina. Um, just because, new and exciting. But I also, like, the reason that Roxanne is one of my first story choices is because I really like what I've managed to come up with her. And I don't know, she's such a capable woman that it's like, dang it, I wish I could be like that, And so it's kind of fun to be able to do those kind of things. Okay, during the events of the story, how old is Roxanne? So Roxanne will be 19 at the time, and I think it goes for about a year worth of time. So from 19 to 20, but currently she's like closer to her 30s. She's working on getting there. But this is kind of like way back. So yeah, she'll be 19, making her way to 20 if she doesn't totally reach it. So yeah, this is when she like she just got her um like certification to get or to do tattoos. she's working at a tattoo shop, and all of a sudden some guy walks in and starts saying like, "Hey, I need you to stop doing tattoos and like maybe come work with me if you're interested." And and so in this case it's the devil, so she's like, okay, sure, you know. Some guy walks in, claims he's the devil. That's not a great sign. Um, but at some point he ends up proving it. Oh, can't speak. Proving it to her, and at that point, that's when she decides, okay, maybe I will work for this guy. Um, the difference in my story is like Roxanne's not a bad person, right? She's actually a really good person, very strong morally, but um, the devil in this case isn't exactly evil. Well, no, the answer is he's not evil, which is gonna go great, but um, he's more of a balancing force. You know, like how can you know what good is if there isn't something to compare it to? And his job is to make sure that there's a proper balance of those two forces. So she helps with that. And so she's actually doing good work. She's not like a bad person. Excuse me. Let's see, how did you come up with your characters and how long have you had them? Depends. Some of them I've had for like years and years. Actually, all of them I've had for years. Roxanne and Bruin, I know I made. No, Roxanne, Bruin, and Penn, and Ransom actually. I know I made in 2016, just because I remember them being a big force in like helping keeping me sane during my freshman, or not freshman, sophomore year of high school. That was rough. Um, and the main reason I got through that was because I would just like I had a journal that I would write interactions with. I'd be like, you know, put a B for me and then put, you know, an R for Roxanne, and I'd write out something and they'd write out something, which would be interesting for me to go back and read actually. Maybe I'll see if I can find that journal and do a live stream where I just kind of talk about those, but that's a lot of where I developed their personality and a lot of just kind of what got me through a tough year. See, cool. Fun. I'm gonna try making a live for the first time. You totally should. It's kind of fun. Yeah. You should let me know if you like live stream, because like I like to watch live streams, but I have such a hard time finding them. Like that's not where my talent lies. So if you do, you know, shoot me off a comment. If I see it in time, I'll totally come see if I can join, you know. Okay. Yeah, it's funny how quiet it is right now, because like just the moment before, my roommate was like blasting music and singing to it, and it was loud and everyone could hear, and it wasn't bad their singing like at all, but it was enough that I'm like, I don't want to have that blasting right now. Okay, so I'm gonna start with that. That's good for now. Also, yes, I am in bed because none of the tables are gonna let me. Just yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, um, let's see. Becca Bear says, "Yeah, that would be cool. Characters can help anyone through a crisis. I owe my life to my OC babies." Pretty much. That's when I got a personality. Is when I started doing this. Let's see. Why did Roxanne become a tattoo artist? You know, that's a really good question. Um, So originally, her plan was that she was gonna be a lawyer. Like, she had started to save up for school. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm trying to like scroll through comments. Um, she was saving up for school. She already had like stuff lined up, and then something just snapped, and she was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like she'd been drawing and stuff, and she's really good at it. So she's like, I'm just gonna do that instead. And it'll be more fun. I'll meet more people that way, and I won't like have to go to so many years of school, and I can just get my life started. And so I think that's why she kind of just flipped over to something else, and art was the best one for that. Yeah. So she is a tattoo artist. Um, let's see, but now, so originally it was a full time thing, and then recently, because of this whole thing with like working for the devil, keeping stuff in balance, um, she works part time, and she does really well for herself, which is great. um, so the main thing that we address in this story is kind of like how she loses her hearing, because I don't know how obvious I make it in like comics and stuff, because I don't really have a chance to um, really get into it, because I don't have a voice actor for her, which limits what I can do with her. But I think with me saying like, hey, I figured out a way to do the videos without words being necessary, we can start diving into the characters more. Um, but yeah, so anyway, she has like severe hearing loss. And so that comes specifically from one of these adventures that she went on. And it's mostly like I don't even remember how I here's the thing, like most people are like, "Oh yeah, why'd you pick for like hearing loss?" And the answer is I don't think I did. It just kind of happened and it stuck. And that's the same with like all of my characters. I don't ever choose things for them. And I like yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so during one of these adventures, which we're going to see in the story, she ends up having to. I cannot draw these collarbones, right? Anyway, um, if I can like organize my thoughts here, she ends up dealing with a banshee. There we go, got the sentence out. And this banshee, I don't like where I'm going with this. This banshee, is. Can't even think of any words right now. Like it's causing problems in the area that she's in. Like there's gonna be some whole storyline about how like this banshee was seemingly done wrong in the past, and then now descendants of the people that wronged them got anyway. So she has to stop it because it's causing undue evil to it. Yeah, anyway. um and so she ends up having to fight this banshee, and it's her first solo mission, I suppose. And it's going great until this thing screams in her ear. Not like right next to her face, but like, banshees are loud, so it ends up like bursting her eardrum or something. And then, um, all of a sudden she's like not really hearing anything. And so that's this kind of moment of struggle for her, because I think she kind of panics for that. And so she was super on board with this job at first, because, like, why wouldn't you be she's been trained. It'll be fun and interesting, but all of a sudden she has like a real serious um issue from it. She actually gets like physically harmed, and she has to rethink if she actually wants to do it or not. And so that's kind of this like, I don't even know. I forgot all the terms. I've taken English classes. I know what they're called, like the different story markers. Because there's like the call to action, and then there's like a success, a failure, new found success, and then, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what they're called or the terms are for them, but that's what she goes through. And, but yeah, so I think it's been kind of fun because having her suddenly have hearing loss has kind of forced me to look into it more, and it's been amazing what you find when you look. And like, just, it's been so interesting looking up, like, how do hearing aids work? How well do they work for, someone with this level of hearing loss or this level, and like, what's the difference? Um, just the it's been interesting. Like, I watched a video talking about like how to work with students who have, like, I don't know what the term is, but like, they can't hear. They have hearing aids, but like normal hearing aids, they were doing a demo, and they're like, you see, they just can't really focus because it picks up everything all together. And they're like, our ears naturally can filter out noise, but the hearing aids can't, right? And so all of a sudden you have every little sound going in, and it makes it hard to focus. Anyway, it was an interesting video, is my point of all of that. I don't like that I'm doing this view. Do I like that I'm doing that view? The answer is no, apparently. Or lower it. Dang it. So I just woke up like maybe 10 minutes before I started this stream. I went and got a drink of water, and then I started, and that makes for an interesting ability to think. Yeah, I can't decide what scene I want to draw, I guess. Okay, actually, I'm gonna leave that one alone and move on. Let's see, MC and tea or coffee? For me, or for like Roxanne? Actually, okay, I'll do it for all of them because that's definitely what you wanted to know. Me, I'm a tea person. I don't do well with caffeine. Caffeine, like, will wreck my stomach. In fact, one time I was getting, so I do herbal teas is what I do. But when um I went to a restaurant one time, and it wasn't like a fancy one or anything, but they had like a soda machine, and one of the drinks that they had available was a tea, a raspberry tea, and I'm like, "Ah, okay, here's the thing, it's probably caffeine, but like, I really want to try it because I love raspberry tea." And so I just got it. I'm like, it's okay, and I haven't had caffeine in like years and years and years, so I'm like, whatever, it'll be fine. Um, and then I went to drink it, and it was awesome. It really tasted good. Um, but then like after drinking an entire, I don't even know, like a good size, like probably 16 ounces of it. Um, I knew exactly when it kicked in because all of a sudden it felt like someone like stabbed my stomach because I felt like it was sudden. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I remember it, but I thought it was just because maybe I was young, because like the last time I had caffeine realistically was, I don't know, I think I was, must have been closer to 10 than I am to my current age. It's probably like 12 or something. Like it's been a while. Anyway, so herbal teas are for me and not drinks with caffeine. So coffee is not a big deal to me unless I want to like die. Um However, that being said, Roxanne is a coffee person, big time. And she like probably is the type of person who like in the morning she's going to have black coffee to like punch her in the face and wake her up. But then also she like loves the specialty drinks, you know? So, coffee for her. I'm just gonna go through all of them, I guess, because this is a fun topic for me. Let's see. Tea is the best, yes. Especially fruit tea. I like fruit tea with honey. Oh yeah, for sure, honey. And I like to do if as long as it's not like a citrus fruit, I like to do honey and then milk. That's my favorite. And like I love a good chamomile. Mm. Anyway, um, I decided that I'm gonna draw my devil guy design. That's what I will do. um, but yeah, so let's see. If so, Pen would be a tea person. Brew would be a tea person as well, but like love the fancy little specialty coffees, I guess. The ones that are filled with like sugar and cream. I wish this camera would stay still. Um, let's see. Who else do I have? Um, I could see Harper getting really into coffee, but he's so young. So at that point, probably, I don't know. Talina would be a both kind of person. It would depend on the mood. Do I want to get like psyched or do I want to just chill? And that would be the determining factor for her. Ransom's a coffee person. Totally. And she would be a coffee, like a black coffee, like no sugar. Just because, I don't know, something is up with her. She's also the type of person like have anchovies on a pizza, like with pine, like disgusting food options. That's very right. So like black coffee isn't like disgusting per se. I haven't tried it, can't make an opinion, but it seems like one of those ones that's a little bit more, I don't know, like an acquired taste based on what people talk about it. So that would be very, let's see, who am I missing? I don't know. Shaman Gourmet don't really do drinks other than water. Um, this is such a badly drawn hairstyle. I'm gonna cry. um, yeah, and Pinata also, the animals don't really need the specialty things. But yeah, I think that's everyone, right? Me. Oh, Ambit would probably be a coffee person too, just because I think he ends up hanging around um with Ransom enough that he probably would just kind of the influence alone, I suppose. But yeah, to answer your question, I am a tea person, herbal all the way, and Roxanne is a coffee girl. So let's see. Question: when Roxanne orders pizzas, would she most likely order anchovies, olives, or pineapples on her pizza? Um, Probably olives. I don't think she'd be big into like anchovies. I don't. Yeah, I don't see that being her thing. I could see Brew maybe being an anchovy person. Just because, like, Fisher is, like, a big thing when he grew up. You know? But, Roxanne would definitely be more of an olive person. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was talking about the anchovies, wasn't I? Yeah, pizza. Yeah, probably olives. If I had to guess, that's probably what would happen. Yeah, I don't see her liking the fish on the pizza, but I could see her liking olives for sure. And then pineapple probably she'd be okay with, but I don't know that she'd like actively seek it out. Would she be okay with it? I don't know. I think that's one of those ones where it's like she's not sure. Yeah, I don't know. But definitely olives is the most likely. That part I am sure of. I forgot what kind of nose type I wanted on this guy. I wanted thick, thick eyebrows, but not that thick. I'm gonna scream. Oh my gosh, these eyebrows are not going exactly how I want them, but it is okay. I think I'm just gonna start over on them. There we go, that's better. And then okay, that's close enough for me. Let's see, how many sketchbooks have you filled over the years, and will you do an old sketchbook tour? I've filled quite a few. None all the way because I don't know, I can't seem to do it. But I have filled some quite full. And if you guys want, I could totally do an old sketchbook tour. You know, totally be down with that. I'd have to go grab them and they're somewhere, but I have them. I actually brought them with me specifically. Like, those are normally the kind of thing that I would put in storage. Um, like back at my parents because they have more space and they were willing to let me. Um, so normally that's where I would have put those because like I don't usually bring them out and like I don't know. I just normally wouldn't take them with me, but I knew that like Olivia, you put yeah, I don't know. I'm so distracted while drawing. Oh my gosh. His nose seems small. Um, what is my point? My point is normally I would have left them in storage, but because I felt like there was going to be something I needed to reference or someone was going to want to see something, I brought them. This is the ugliest mustache. It's fine. Um, let's see, opinions on mint candy. I love mints. Um, I say that loosely. I'm not a huge fan of like peppermints. I do like them, but they're just really strong, so I have to kind of dilute them. Um, but I really like soft mints. I don't like the ones that are just not so strongly flavored, like creme de menthe. Love that. That is my all-time favorite. But the only one that I'm like, no thanks, is wintergreen because that one makes me feel like my mouth is numb, and I do not like that at all. So yes, please, I would love a sketchbook tour. Okay, I'll probably do that for my next live. See if I can even find any that are like worth seeing. Oh, I don't know if you could hear that, but my neck was out. Let's see. Also, oh, okay, so I got two saying yes on the sketchbook tours. Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. Let's see. What is your favorite medium for traditional art? Yeah, I can agree wintergreen is strong. Yeah, yeah. My favorite, I just really, I use my mechanical pencil, you know, and I just draw with that. Sometimes I'll go all out and I'll use some ink, but that is so rare. Because I don't know, it's hard, and I don't know, and it's so permanent. Ink is so permanent. I just I don't want to mess up something I worked hard on. And I always do. I always shake just at the last minute, and then I watch like ink go everywhere, and I'm like, can't even hide that one. But yeah, mostly it's just my mechanical pencil and me. Oh, sometimes I will do colored pencils actually. So that's another one that I sometimes do. Where did I? Okay. Um. Yeah. So you got a couple of you saying wintergreen is good. Yeah. No, I don't think it's like bad or anything. It's just I don't like the feeling. Like flavor wise, I would be fine with it, but like the feeling it gives me makes it my least favorite. Can't really get behind it. Um. That's the only reason though. Let's see. Do you have any drawings that have a lot of colors? Um, I have one sketchbook that I did when I was in my economics class, and instead of listening, I would just pull out my Prismacolors that I got from my grandma, and they were the loudest thing because they're in that like metal container that's just so loud, you know? And so the whole time you hear like clink, 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 and I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna do my drawing. You guys can't stop me. You know, like I'm just gonna do it. And I have a couple of pages that are like full color, all in um, colored pencil. So I might have to show you guys those. Let's see. Wintergreen for me is delicious, but I never got one since years because the last one, oh my goodness, thank you for being super loud, device. Um, last one I had, I lost it in the car. You should probably get another one. Seems like it's been a while. Go treat yourself. Grab some wintergreen, you know. Oh my goodness, please be quiet, device. Let's see. Notifications. Let's do sound. Is that the one I have no clue where anything. Okay, sounds. Turn that all the way down. Okay. Maybe now it won't ding so loud. Um, yeah. Let me give this guy some eyes. He's not looking like at all what I want him to, but the vibe is technically there. I can just feel that this eye is gonna get messed up. Dang it. I can feel it. Okay. Ugh. It's the wrong angle. Like, the shape is great, but the angle is wrong, and that makes me wish that I could, like, select and rotate, like, in my thing. Digital art. Okay, that is close enough. That is where I'm gonna go with this. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of the vibe that I wanted for the devil in this story. I wanted him to be more middle-aged, looking more like a 50-year-old than like, I don't know, younger. I just want him to look wizened, I guess. And so he's gonna be a part of this, which means I need to figure out how to like streamline. Oh my gosh. Streamline his design better. Because he looks okay, but that took me way too long. So, but yeah, so he's gonna be the one that trains Roxanne for a little bit. Um, so we'll see a bunch of him. But yeah, looks pretty okay. Looks better on camera, which is helpful. yeah. So so that's gonna be the devil. I gotta figure out what name I want to have him be referred to, because I think Roxanne being like referring to her boss as the devil all the time seems problematic, but not necessarily wrong. I'm gonna come back to this one now because I can see it better. But yeah, I don't know. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens. I only. Okay. So, other than the fact that I can't seem to work camera worth a dang. You're fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see. How do you come up with unique outfits? Um, no clue. I just, I don't know. I like to try. I mostly try to break them down into the different components. You know, you have, like, for a top, you have sleeves, you have neckline, and you have length. So you can have a really long shirt that almost looks like a dress. You can have a really short shirt that ends up being a crop top, you know? Um, you can have like a regular one that's just like a shirt. You could play around with the sleeves. You could have no sleeves, you can have long sleeves, you can have puffy sleeves, you know? And so if you just break them down into different pieces, you can play around with the shape of those pieces and then have something that's like kind of different, I guess. Let's see. So find a specific reference. Um, so I don't know if you all have seen it, but I have that one video, the Roxanne's backstory video from forever ago, like over a year ago. Anyway, that one has this weird demon looking character, and he actually comes into play as well. More than I originally thought he was going to, so that'll be interesting. Um, if I can remember what he looks like. Actually, see. Okay, I'm seeing. Yeah, I remember being like, wow, I did so good on his design, but then I also can't remember it, so how well could I really have done? Um, but here's the cool thing about him. He actually has the like two heads that mirror each other in a sense. Like when he interacts with Roxanne, um, it's usually through her bathroom mirror. And so you have these like two heads that are separated by this mirror. So it looks like they're reflecting, but they're really not because like he's almost using the mirror as like a portal. And it's just an interesting kind of, I don't know, it'll be interesting to draw throughout the story because it's different enough to like, that's not usually how mirrors work. I don't know. It's such a lazy drawing of him, but whatever. Um, he's actually the reason that Roxanne takes the devil seriously at all, right? Because like he looks like a normal dude, and if he ended up coming up to you and saying like, "Yes, by the way, I am actually the devil," who's gonna believe him, you know? And so what happens is hearing that she said the things she did, this guy comes in and goes all like, "Who do you think you are?" And it trips her out a lot, to be honest. See, how many drawings do you do of Roxanne? Um, Quite a few because I've kind of figured out a system of drawing her, you know? And she's so pretty when I'm done. Like, I think she just has a design that, like, you can't really mess up. She's gonna look beautiful because she's just pretty. Um, so, like, draw something that's a safe bet. But yeah, okay, so we have. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start sketching out, like, stupid stuff. Mostly because I have a character that I know is gonna come into play in the story but I haven't even kind of started to design them. So we're just gonna play around with some design ideas. The only thing I know is I want them to kind of resemble a frog. I don't know what I'm doing, but I kind of like it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Question. Since you drew Roxanne having purple hair in the video where you told us about the story, is she gonna have. Oh my gosh, don't despair. Is she gonna have purple hair in the story? Yes. For years, as I've been developing this story, she's had purple hair, so that's kind of just the signifier that she's younger, I guess, now. Um, like she still does purple hair in her not old age, but her like current age. But like I try to avoid it being that same tone. It's more darker purples now instead of that. It's not like it's more of a lavender kind of color, I guess. So yeah, she's gonna have purple hair in this. Um, cause I don't know, just way back when I first drew something, I did like an almost comic of it back a while, like back when I first designed her. Um, and it ended up being purple, so that's kind of just what stuck. Let's see, what's your favorite food or snack? Um, good question. Dang it. I really like. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna distract myself. I'm really liking this head shape, but I have no clue what the body shape should be. You know? I just don't know. Dang it. I hate when that happens when you're like, this is really good, but how do I make it connect with it? Okay, anyway, um, favorite food or snack? Oh gosh. I'm really liking tikka masala right now. I have a bunch of jars of the sauce, and so I go in and I make, um, the longer rice, not the sushi rice, the dry rice. I can't think of the name right now. Um, yeah, and then like I add a pinch of cumin when I'm making it, and I add then the tikka masala sauce, and it's really really good. That's been my favorite as of recent. Let's see, you you're really good at drawing. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that y'all think that. I mean, I've been putting a lot of effort into my art for a long time, so I'm glad it's starting to show. I imagine this character being big and intimidating. Hmm. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm drawing. Is this what I pictured? No. Okay, whatever. This is interesting. This is not done yet. Wow, I guess I'm tired. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stick a pin in that one, I think. Kind of feeling like not sketching, so I guess I'll show you what else is in this book. Because I just started it specifically for the story ideas that I've been working on. And so, I start with, here's some of the sketches I did for, like, there's Ambit. You know, I always do these, like, notes of saying, like, hey, when you do this digitally, make sure you lengthen that, because I don't want to redraw it to make it look right, you know. But yeah, so here he is. We got, like, a funny, like, I had some gel pens or whatever, sparkly pens, so drew out that. That's kind of his color scheme. You know, I drew him in color, that's right. Um, anyway, there's a ransom sketch. And then here's where I was mapping out her tattoos just so that they were a little bit more consistent. Because I was having a hard time with this hip, trying to figure out, like, what does it look like? This is what it should, like, this is, like, what I imagine the official, actual tattoo looks like. But yeah, anyway. So, and then I have this for cigarettes and chamomile, obviously. This was me trying to figure out, like, a logo. Because, like, I know that I want it to look like what the cigarette boxes look like. You know, the ones that she smuggles. um, but I'm not sure that that's it. I'll keep working on it. But anyway, there's a Talina. That was a rough sketch. She's one of those ones that I have a hard time getting right sometimes. So I was really happy with how she turned out in the I don't know, I don't know where, oh my gosh, I keep getting sidetracked from what I'm saying. Um, Sometimes it's hard to draw her right, so I'm very happy with how she ended up looking when I did the drawing for the video, these last couple of videos. Oh, and you guys saw me draw these ones out in the video too, I think. They're just really quick, but I wear a cap like this all the time, and so, like, my little cousins were all like, oh, is this you? And that was funny. But yeah. Anyway. See, gotta go, bye. Bye. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I might have to wrap up soon, because I do know that, like, I'll have something is going on close to noon. Like, we were supposed to have, like, a Super Bowl party, when the actual game was, and then some of the people got sick, and so today is our makeup day, so we're gonna have, like, another party, a more official one this time, so I know that that's happening soon-ish, but I'll know more when I hear people walk through the door. And at that point, I guess I'll have to leave. But yeah, anyway. Okay. So, let's see, what did I started writing out like an official plot. And I think what I'm going to do to make this manageable is I'm going to do it in like 2 to 3 minute segments. You know, maybe they turn out longer based on what I've written, but I think it's going to end up being like shorter videos, but I guess more of them eventually. But but yeah, so this first episode, I guess, um it's just her initial meeting with the devil, and it's mostly like, you know, like I've written some stuff out. So, yeah. This is where she meets him, tells him to get out because she's not interested in, you know, whatever crazy talk. You know, like, obviously, he's not telling the truth. He needs to go into like a psych ward or something. Um, and this is where, so that interaction happens. Then later we cut to where she goes home, and that's where she meets this guy, right here, because he comes in and goes like, "Who do you think you are?" You know, and so Roxanne's like, "Wow, I guess I'm going crazy." Um, yeah, there's this part where he's like, he jumps out of a mirror basically, and Roxanne's like in shock. He goes, "Oh, okay, that was a bad idea. Let's start over." Um, he introduces himself and he says like, "I'm here to convince you to go to hell." And then Roxanne's like, "What?" And he's like, "Wait, that's rude. That's right. No, I'm interested in getting you to meet, you know, the actual hell in hell. Like, I'm not telling you to, you know, but like to actually." Anyway, I think that's funny, but maybe I'm just a nerd. Um, and this is where we find out that Roxanne has a certain skill level that would be in, like, they're interested in. Um, and this is kind of where he convinces her that she's not dreaming. And then that's okay, so dreaming. Then she meets the devil for the second time, and that's where he explains the whole like, you're not going to be working for evil, you're actually working for good. We just got to keep a correct balance. And then we end that episode with him saying like, "Okay, I'll leave you to decide." Anyway, I think that'll end up actually being more than 2 minutes after all of that. But that'll be kind of the plot of the first one, and if I can actually figure out how I want to stage things, that'll be even better. Oh, but you know what I do want to talk about? I'm actually probably going to wrap up. I realize it's been like 70 minutes. What I do want to talk about is the next couple of videos that are coming out because I'm very excited for them. So I just want to talk about them. Um, anyway, so I have Tuesday's video will be a comic video, much like the one that happened in January. It's my old comics from my old website that used to exist. That I don't know, they just the ones from all the Februarys. And I think it's pretty fun. So that one's coming out Tuesday, and then the next Tuesday we have the first video with one of the new characters, and it features Ransom. And I'm super excited because it has Ransom and it has Bruin, and we go to a football game. And then like that's all I'm gonna tell you. But like, if you look at my community tab, I don't know if you guys can even access it, but I posted some sneak peek photos. So if you wanted to go see those, I I think it's gonna be pretty good. I had some of my cousins, watch it, and they say you guys are gonna like it. So, if some small children like it, clearly it's gotta be good, right? But yeah, anyway, so those are gonna be coming up. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna wrap it up now. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate the support. Um, I just realized I need to go get something to eat because my stomach's starting to growl. But anyway, hopefully we can start to see this video this story come together. I think it's gonna be good. But yeah. Anyway, I'm really glad that my roommate like quieted down because I was gonna be so bummed if I couldn't talk to y'all. But we're good. Anyway, thanks for coming by, and I'll see you guys next time I do a stream. See ya!